What's up guys? Welcome again to another video. My name's Ty Hansen, aka Finch Zero, the creator of the Millennium Exile project, and this week we're not actually going to be doing an artist feature video. This week we're taking a bit of a break to talk about something very cool that's happened for the project. By that, of course, I do mean the Kotaku article. So if you follow me on all my other social media accounts, namely Facebook and Twitter in this example, you pretty well know that that Kotaku did an article on Millennium Exile and myself quite recently. This, of course, was a huge honor. It left me speechless. It was written by Mr. Alex Walker. Alex, if you're watching, thank you so much. Yourself and Kotaku did me such a great honor, and I honestly didn't know what to say. I mean, I was so ecstatic when I first heard that you guys were doing a story on myself and little old me and Millennium Exile. But when it actually came out, I got to see it on the actual Kotaku website. It was a very big deal for me, and I was super happy. I got a little bit of a lump in the back of my throat reading it. Just seeing Millennium Exile on the Kotaku website was, well, it's a bit of a big deal. At least I think so, and I was really happy to see that. Within an hour, I was receiving emails from other creators and other professionals inquiring if I would do interviews and appear at conventions. So that, again, didn't know what to say. It left me speechless. Of course I'm going to do these things. Of course I'm going to do these interviews, and I'd be honoured and deeply honoured to attend these conventions. So yeah, turns out I'm going to be doing a podcast, and I'll be appearing in a documentary for an official station here in Australia. And yeah, I've got a few invitations now to attend some conventions.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
I will keep this video brief. It will just be a short one. I will leave the link down below to the actual article in question. There was a lot of conversation happening about Millennium Exile. A lot of people are supporting what I'm doing. A lot of people are giving me quite a lot of love for it. And to those people, thank you so much. There have been a couple of naysayers, people calling me a wannabe. There was one person in particular that called me a wannabe. And I will address that really quickly. Now, I'm not attacking this person directly. I already responded to them in what I would consider a pretty professional manner. And I'm going to just respond to that criticism, though, because I've heard that quite a bit with what I'm trying to do. And this term wannabe does get thrown around quite a bit when it comes to a Western creator trying to dip their toe into a Japanese market like anime, a Japanese industry such as anime. And we hear that sort of stuff a lot. We hear the term wannabe a lot, especially here in Australia. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, but I do want to address that very quickly. The term wannabe is obviously shortened from want to be. Now, in order to want to be something, I don't really see the insult to that. If we look at it from a very logical standpoint, the term want to be just means that you want to be something. So if you're anybody with any sort of real desire in life, any sort of passion, any sort of dream, any sort of motivation, you're going to want to be a wannabe. It's silly to disparage a person and to try to put them down by using that term. However, the other definition of it is that you're just merely a knockoff. You're a wannabe product of, you're a wannabe official product. You're never going to be the real thing. And to that I would honestly say, fingers crossed I can prove you wrong. I'm certainly not just trying to rip off other things. In all honesty, there's a lot of original content with Millennium Exile, and I'll say this now, and that seems to be the number one main thing that people are questioning about Millennium Exile. They're reading the general premise of the show and they're going, oh, this just sounds like a typical shonen anime. And truth be told, that's exactly what it is. It is a shonen anime. It's written as a shonen medium, like within that shonen battle anime genre. There is going to be parts, most of Millennium Exile is going to follow a shonen recipe. That's not to say that it's a rip-off. That's not to say that I'm ripping things off. It is just the genre of show. I will tell you there's a lot of original concept in Millennium Exile, but for obvious reasons, and I would hope that it's obvious to those of you watching this video and following me on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter, and just even keeping up with the project, I would hope that you would understand that it's the smartest play for me at the moment is to keep all of my very original content off the internet. I'm fine to share my designs and the artwork with you. Everything is copyright protected, but at the end of the day, if something is ripped off, it doesn't break my story. What breaks my story is if my content, my actual original stuff, my original story, my original plot, if that is taken and that is ripped off, that breaks Millennium Exile. Characters can be redesigned. Drawings can be redone. In fact, I'm expecting that when I get to an industry level. Like if I get Millennium Exile through the doors of an official studio, say Studio Bones, I would expect them to want to make changes to the art style. Hell, they might even want to redesign the entire characters, and that's okay with me. I've become very attached to my characters and the way that they look, but I am quite willing and quite ready to accept the fact that if this gets made, there are going to be some changes. Hell, there are going to be some changes in the story most likely, and I've got to be willing to accept that. But one thing that I need to protect more than anything else is my original content. And so that stuff is kept off the internet. And I know that makes it hard for you guys, the audience, to connect with what I'm doing. Well, at least with some of you. And to those people, I do apologize, guys. I really do apologize. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to make a fan out of you. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to impress you. That's not me being sarcastic. That is, in all earnest, I am honestly, I'm sorry that I haven't been able to impress you. But the absolute truth of the matter is, you can't make something for everyone. Even some of the most successful fictional tales like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings have people that don't like them. Have people out there that go, no, that's shit. And by no means am I comparing Millennium Exile with greats like that, but what I'm saying is if people can still hate on magnificently successful stories like them, then certainly I'm going to have to be willing to accept some hate, some criticism, some people that say, no, this is crap. And if I couldn't handle that criticism, I'd have no business trying to be in the industry that I'm trying to be in. I wouldn't deserve to be in the anime industry. But I know that what I'm writing is good. I know that what I'm writing has a lot of original content in there, and I would just ask that you have some faith in me. If you don't, that's fine. There's plenty of other places and plenty of other projects for you to involve yourself with. You've obviously got your own tastes, and all the more power to you. I love you all, whether you love me or hate me. Check out the Kotaku article down in the links down below. And yeah, that's all for me this week, guys. I'm very busy now. I've got phone calls coming in left and right about Millennium Exile. I hope that more of the right people can see this and we move forward from here. Someone from Netflix would be fantastic, but you never know. Funny story is that article does pop up on page 1 if you Google Netflix anime. And I'm not even a Netflix anime yet. It's just where I would like to pitch them for funding and to help utilize some of their resources so that we can all work collaboratively together to get something truly unique made. I want to work with Netflix and I want to work with Studio Bones. So, there's a lot of work to go, guys. So, to all of you who are sending me all of your well wishes and your love and support, thank you. I'd very much appreciate it. If you do want to donate to the project, go to the Millennium Exile Facebook page and hit the donate button, or hit the shop now button. That's as close as we can get to a donate button. And you can support that way. But every like, every well wish, every share, every comment, it's all very much appreciated, guys. And thank you so very, very much from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you next week.